Good morning. So it is currently 7 in the morning. I'm running a little bit late. We have 3 jobs today. 7:17 a.m. I'm running a little bit late. We got to be all the way at the beach. Supposed to be there by 8 a.m. We're likely gonna be there about 8:15 if we're lucky. It's about an hour drive because of the traffic. If not, it would be about 35 minutes. School started, so everything's crazy again. I have terrible visibility. I hate when it's like this in the mornings. But yeah, we're ready to have a good day. Ready to work. Like and subscribe. I'm cutting that thumbs up out for sure. Now we are officially in the mix. The beauty of a Monday morning in Miami. At least we do have a big bright sun, clear skies. Some of it actually is beautiful. Not sitting here in traffic, which is actually moving pretty decently right now for what it is. But you take what you can get. You want to get an early rise, get an early start to the day and get things done. Sometimes you got to deal with this. It was much better before school started, but we're just gonna have to put up with this until next June again. Shot of what's ahead. Here's a state trooper taking the lane next to me to pass everyone. You really think he's got an emergency to get to? Who knows? All I'm saying is whenever there's traffic, every single day, there's all kinds of cops passing me through the emergency lane. And I'm pretty sure there's not that many emergencies going on, man. They just don't want to sit in traffic, which is fine. I mean, if I could do it, I would.
Writing in the margins of my mind all day, sipping herbal in the morning just to feel okay. Had a dream I was water just flowing through space, till I landed on the record that my grandma would play. Talk sweet like jazz in the park after rain. What the grass smell green and the air feels sane. Put the phone on mute, let the silence explain. I don't need much, just a book in the brain. Used to chase things that were run from me. Now I sit still, let the peace come free. Paint a verse in the sky with a loose leaf. While the moon do a dance with a soft oak tree. Let it ride, let it be what it be. Got a breeze in my chest and a thought run free. I don't rush, I don't race, I just float on 3. Got a vibe in my soul, got a life on key. Let it ride, let it breathe, let it roll like that. Got the world in my.
How can you be upset about getting up so early when you get views like this? It's a beautiful place we live in. Driving here sucks 100%, but this has to be good for you in some way, So we're about to get here, still about 5 minutes out. So this car, we're gonna see, I don't remember exactly what car it is off the top of my head right now, but the owner originally contacted me saying she needed a new AC compressor. I asked her, are you sure about this diagnosis? I can place the compressor, no problem, but really, if you're not sure about it, I'd really prefer to diagnose the problem. A lot of times it's not the compressor. So she had gotten the diagnosis from somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure where it was. Said, yeah, let's go ahead and let's do a diagnosis instead before jumping straight to replacing the compressor. So we're gonna see what's going on right now. Hopefully we don't have to change our compressor, Okay, so it was a 2009 Honda Pilot. I just finished the diagnosis on it. I confirmed whoever it was that did the other diagnosis, it was indeed the air compressor. I basically just checked, if it was receiving power and ground, if the clutch was kicking in. It was. I checked if it was adding pressure to the system when you turn the AC on. It wasn't. It was also making a terrible squealing noise, so that was another point to the AC compressor going bad. I find it very important to confirm the diagnosis myself, because working off somebody else's diagnosis, I don't have any guarantee for my customer. So If they say, hey, I got this diagnosis, I need you to come replace the AC compressor, I always recommend, giving them a diagnosis. If they decline, that's fine. I'll still do the job. But I let them know that, if this doesn't fix the problem, that's not on me. I'll then have to charge you to fix the problem. Where the other way around, if I give you the diagnosis and I say it's the AC compressor and it's not the AC compressor, I'm going to have to fix that it'll be on my part. If there's any other parts that have to be fixed, I'll end up paying for them myself. I'll work for free, whatever it may be. That's, I stand behind my work, and I think it's important that you do that. But it's, I will have to charge a diagnosis as well. So this customer said, yeah, let's do the diagnosis. I confirmed the diagnosis, and now I'm going to replace the compressor once I have the part. If that doesn't fix the problem, which I'm confident it will, if that doesn't fix the problem, I'll have to fix it. It's on me to fix it. It's not on them anymore. Now, I gave them an improper diagnosis. I messed up, and I made them pay for a compressor that they didn't need. Now, if the compressor was messed up and something else is also messed up, that's a different story. But, we can only fix one thing at a time. I can't diagnose multiple problems at once. You can diagnose multiple problems at once. But I think you know what I'm getting at, what I'm trying to say. Now I'm headed to my second job, which is replacing a windshield washer reservoir on a bus for a school. I don't know if it's a bus. It's a Ford E450. It's a small bus. My dad works for this school a lot, and when he was out of town, they had me come in, diagnose a few problems, fix a few buses and vans. And I believe this is out of that trip that I went and diagnosed. I think there was like 5 different vans or buses that had problems. I've fixed all the other ones, and this is the last thing I have to fix. And I work for them occasionally. I'm probably not going to film anything over there because it's a school. It's not anything too interesting replacing windshield washer reservoir anyway, so I'm probably just going to skip that and give you guys a review after, just like this one. So right now, I didn't record anything in there because it was pretty simple. I was talking to the customer the whole time as well. It was a dark garage. I'll film when I go back to do the job. I'll find a way to get some light on there. But it didn't feel worth it for me to film the diagnosis. I could easily give you guys a quick rundown of what I did after, like I just did now. And, you get pretty much everything. And I get to make it a little bit more comfortable for me and the customer. So now I'm headed to my second job, and yeah, pretty much it. Let's get on with our day.
I've been going out of my way for us, and I'm not okay. The sun ain't gonna shine all day. Can't wait to see it on your face. Girl, gotta do better than walking out and dodging the surface. Every day I've been out praying my baby not hurt. Ay. All of the weather we doing, I promise it's worth it. Ay. Open the curtains, ay. Baby I'm certain. Ay. I want it all, we come in, it's a coupe, and we gon' bring it right back. Tell him, man, you know I'm shooting, ay. But I ain't never gon' slack.
So, sometimes I don't really like taking jobs so far away like this. This is decently far away from my house, right? If there was no traffic, it would be a 35-40 minute drive. With traffic, how it was this morning, it was about an hour, 5 minutes around there. Sometimes I don't like taking jobs like this, but when you get early morning views like that, man, it feels nice, honestly. It puts you in a good mood, at least. Well, I'm glad I'm not on that side. So I'm here at the school, about to go replace this windshield washer reservoir. It was about a 20-minute drive to get here. Not too bad, especially considering the traffic. I was going the opposite way of the traffic, thank God. Yeah, I'm gonna get to work, let you guys know how it goes. All right, so I got done with that windshield washer reservoir at the school. Didn't really take too long. Pretty simple job. You just remove the battery tray, remove the battery tray. It's right there. Just connect a few hoses and you're good to go. Pretty simple. Now I got about a 30-minute drive to my next job. We have all 4 oxygen sensors on a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I believe it's 2017, the V6, rear wheel drive. This is another one of those jobs that I didn't give the diagnosis, so I'm gonna let the owner know. Same thing as the previous job. If this doesn't fix the problem, it's not my fault. If you'd like, I could give you a diagnosis beforehand instead of proceeding with the job. That's up to you, whatever you would like to do. But yeah, we keep on going with the day. We might get an early finish. Might be able to take a nap before basketball practice. I coach basketball at a high school. Might be able to get a nice little lunch and nap before practice. So let's see if it goes that way. If it doesn't really matter. We'll figure it out. This should take a few hours, not, somewhere between 1 and 2 hours, if not 2 hours, that job. So let's see how it goes. Just missed my exit. I'm supposed to be over there. Awesome. That's all right. Luckily, it only set me back like 2 minutes. But yeah, not fun. No, I'm supposed to be over there. Right there. That's where I'm supposed to be. Right over there. That's fine. We'll be all right. All right, so we're about to get here. Time to get to work again. Let's go. Oh, I just got done checking out that Jeep Grand Cherokee that I was supposed to do the oxygen sensors on, and didn't end up doing the oxygen sensors. I'm not sure where that information came from. They said that they got it from another mechanic and they got the code, but the codes didn't have anything to do with the oxygen sensors. The oxygen sensors were behaving normally through live data. It was a bad diagnosis. I just want to talk about my experience a little, because then I did go to diagnose it. I didn't end up charging them a diagnosis fee. The whole time, the customer was kind of like trying to barter with me and like trying to get me to like hook them up. Like, hey, like we have, such and such, we have all these cars. If it's, if you like hook us up and take care of us, give us fair pricing, stuff like that, like we'll rely on you for all the other cars, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, that kind of goes without saying. You have a lot of cars. If you like the way I work, you'll hire me to fix your other cars if anything happens. The problem I had with it is that mostly, like, she kept wanting me to waive my diagnosis fee, and I didn't end up charging her a diagnosis fee today, but in general, she kept, that was a very big point that she kept bringing up, to waive my diagnosis fee. Oftentimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, the diagnosis is the hardest part of the job, and she kept making the point that there's other people that waive diagnosis fee, and you might think that they do, but they're still going to charge it to you when they charge you for the job at the end. Nobody does a diagnosis for free. I don't know. It's, it wasn't the best experience. So yeah, I did the full diagnosis. I gave them an estimate. I made sure to explain everything because they seem to be picky over every single dollar. I made sure to point out that the brand that I was getting for the intake valve control solenoid was a good brand. That's why I was charging them what I was charging them in the estimate for the part and the shipping and all that, because they don't have it. They have it at the auto parts store, but it's actually more expensive than the one I got, and probably a worse brand. I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to make a living. I'm not trying to scam people. And it just seemed like she was more worried about just getting the best possible price whatsoever. It doesn't matter if I work for free like I did today. I basically just worked for free to diagnose the problem. What I should have done is I should have tacked my normal diagnosis fee onto whatever the job would cost, like other people do. But I didn't. I just gave her the regular price of the job. Basically, I worked for free today. Not a big deal. It's just wanted to talk about how I don't really like dealing with customers like that. Like, I'm not motivated to work for you at all that way. Like, you're essentially just looking for, like, the biggest deal. Like, this isn't a sale at Walmart, this is my time and effort. This is what I do for a living. This is how I put food on my family's table. So essentially, it's like you want me to come out here and diagnose a problem for free and then I get it. Yeah, it's like you definitely don't want to charge it. Like, some people say that they only charge a diagnosis fee if you're not going to do the job with them, which isn't true. They're still charging you for the work that they do to diagnose the car. And then if it's just, honestly, I don't care if you do the job with me or not. I'm going to charge you for a diagnosis fee because that is part of my work. Me working to diagnose the car is a job. It's not just like, yeah, I didn't fix anything, but I'm telling you exactly what the problem is. And if I get the problem wrong, now it's on me because I work to do the diagnosis. And if I diagnose that wrong, that's my fault. That's part of the reason why I charge a diagnosis fee. So it's, oh my gosh. It's just a little frustrating. It feels like people, it almost feels like I'm being taken advantage of. And that's not a good feeling. Whatever. It is what it is, It's decently early. It's 1 p.m. We're done with work for today. I'm gonna go home, grab a bite, maybe take a nap. Then I got basketball practice at the school I coach at. I think that's at 5 p.m. or 5:45 p.m. I'll check later on. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you got this far, leave your opinions down below on if you think I should charge a diagnosis fee or not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't charge a diagnosis fee. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good one.